here's some people saying that, all right, Big Ben is the reason why they did good last year, and I think that's unbelievable. He honestly held them back. This is a team that, again, started 11-0 and did not win a playoff game, and he was horrible.
This is what drinking the media Kool-Aid looks like. This right here. This is what it looks like.
Mr. Meaty Man Jr. himself is telling me I drink the Kool-Aid as he drinks some water. But you know what?
Absolutely. You're definitely a Kool-Aid drinker. But we're gonna get to that in a second. Go ahead, Steph.
I don't drink Kool-Aid. I just break through walls like the Kool-Aid man.
I'm gonna need you to work on that.
No need to work on anything. But I'd like you to read me Ben Roethlisberger's stats in the playoffs when he single-handedly lost that game.
Steph, please do what you do.
So, Dak, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on this one, right?
Please.
Like, I mean, and you know, I'm not sitting here saying that Big Ben is this stellar quarterback and that he's gonna be the reason the Steelers go to the Super Bowl next year. I think that he still has something left in him. His numbers show that. I mean, the guy finished top 10 in yards, all right, yardage for the season. He was 10. I think he finished 10th. So he was 10th in yardage. And then when it came down to touchdowns, 7th most touchdowns in the league. 37 passing touchdowns he had this season, which is a career high for him. I don't care what you say. If a guy is look at your face. Look at that face.
No, he had 33. You're using the playoffs.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Add playoffs in there. You're right.
Okay.
So 33.
No, but he's not 10th in yardage. He was below average. I think he was at like 17. Not that's below average.
No, it isn't below average. But still, the guy can still play. Like to me, the running game, not having that running game was a big part of Big Ben not doing as well. They were last in the league when it came to yards per carry. And he is old. He's not going to be the same Big Ben from before. He doesn't scramble as much. He can't scramble as much. I think he actually was getting the ball out in 2.3 seconds this past year, and a lot of short yardage. I mean, I think he finished with 6.3 for his yards per attempt, and
which is very.
Yeah, it is. So he's getting out quick, and it's going to be short routes. So I truly believe that Big Ben isn't the same that he used to be, but it's not setting the franchise back 2 to 3 years, based on them extending him. He still has something left in the tank. I think they just have to get, the pieces around him, better protect him. Running game is going to be necessary. James Conner is obviously injury prone. Relying on him as your bell cow back is not going to be it, because then you're just really doing piecemeal for your running backs after that, which isn't enough for him at this point in his career. He has the offensive weapons on the outside to do something. But it's not a game over for the Steelers by extending him.
I mean, so here's why I completely disagree with Declan, because he's not adding any sort of context to this entire conversation. When it comes to Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones, he always likes to add context into how they haven't had the proper pieces around them. If you're going to talk about last year's Pittsburgh Steelers, you have to talk about their injuries. You have to talk about their lackluster O-line play. You have to talk about their lack of run blocking. You have to talk about their lack of running game. And the fact that they were second in the league in drop passes with 30. They had 30. I had Eric Ebron on my fantasy team. This guy must have dropped 5 passes a game.
He's had the drop since his rookie year in Detroit, though. This is nothing.
But just to give you some context, right? After week 13, their offensive pass blocking went from after week 12, they were 83.9 in week 12. Then it went down to 50.9, 59, 46.3. And then in week 16, you had a slight uptick because I believe they got one of their guys back. And then even in the run blocking, 45, 48, 58. What offense is going to be successful when you have players dropping passes and your run and pass blocking this poor in the bottom half of the league? Right now, Big Ben is still serviceable enough to get them to the playoffs and still be that guy and be that bridge. Doesn't mean they don't draft a quarterback this year, but he's good enough to be that bridge. So you saying they're setting themselves back 2 to 3 years isn't accurate or based in any type of context. You're the same person that says Saquon Barkley couldn't run because of the line, and Daniel Jones couldn't get the ball out because Andrew Thomas couldn't block a garbage can. So now you're gonna tell me that he was bad when in those instances you give Daniel Jones excuses? You can't do that. You can't have it both ways.